Wow. We're going to give it a couple minutes, let everybody get here. Even though you guys are off today, happy Veterans Day. For you guys that are off, still want to give you time to get here. Give me a sec. All right, good people. We're going to get started at 12 o'clock. I figure I can go live every day at 12. You know, this will keep me interacting with you guys, and I'm bringing nothing but fire. Today will be the first day of that. Sorry, drinking my juice. What's this? Beet, carrot, and orange. So I'm going to have red stuff all over my face. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my name is Frank Financial Brown. I am the founder of Live Free, Give Hope. We are a real estate giveaway company. As far as I know, we're the first and only to just specifically focus on giving away real estate leases. And we're going to do this. We're giving away furnished homes, apartments for 1 year, furnished with utilities, furnished with furniture and utilities, sorry. But I'm gonna show you guys how winning this apartment that we're giving away, the first giveaway that we're doing is a 1-bedroom apartment in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, whoever wins this will receive a value, the living free for a year on this particular apartment. The rent is normally $1,200 a month. If you do 1,200 times 12, that brings you to $14,400. And when you throw the utilities in there, which is about another $3,000, that brings you to $17,400. We're going to get to that so I can stay on track. We're going to start off with the format that I would like to follow: who, what, when, where, why, and how. We're going to keep it basic. Today is day one, but my goal is to come and give you some gems every day. And I'll let you know that if you win this apartment, what we're going to lay out when I go live is basically a blueprint for you to get rich. I'm going to show you different ways, but it is a blueprint. If you can live rent-free anywhere, even if you're staying with your parents, if you're making money and you're not giving that to a mortgage or to a rent, well, that's money that you can do something with. And I'm going to show you how you win our giveaway and you're rent-free. You're working with an investor that has done it, has been in the steps. I've worked a job. I bought a starter property. I've lived in it. But we'll talk about all that. First, let's get started with who is this for? And give me a second. Let me take off the sweat. I've already started pumping myself up, getting fired up. I got to take off my Live Free, my rent-free smile hoodie. Hold on for a sec. Okay, the Live Free Core T-shirt. We get you 30 bonus entries. Okay, who is this for? The simple answer is for anyone who wants to take their life to the next level. Anyone who wants to become a real estate investor. Anyone who wants to start a business. Anyone who wants to get rich. Now, a more complicated way to answer that is who I am. Because the way I'm going to teach this, the information that I'm going to give you is not for everyone. Most of the time that I'm talking, it's only for hustlers. It's not for the people that have excuses that, well, I can't do this because of this. I can't, if you have stipulations on how you can get something done, it may not be for you. But something that I know is that winners have something about them. And if you win this giveaway, there's probably something about you that can get these things done, that can follow my blueprint or the instructions that I'm going to give you. So who am I? I go hard. I've gone hard for as long as I can remember. Well, not as long. I remember when I used to be average. I'm going to put it that way. I remember being in high school, doing average things, getting average grades, putting in an average work, having an average work ethic. You know, I didn't even know at that time that the people who get things done, they just get it done. They don't make excuses. You know, everybody has a reason on why they can't get something done. The folks that make it happen, they just do it. They just tell you why. Everybody's going to say why it can't be done. They're going to show you. They're going to tell you how it can be done. And that's what I'm going to do for you here. So if you believe the reason I'm in my position, a multi-million-dollar real estate investor, is because I believed the information that was put out there. I'm not going to waste my time telling you guys any nonsense. I want whoever wins this giveaway to be rich, to follow whatever there's multiple ways to get there. Now, you do not have to win the giveaway in order to follow this blueprint or this path. But you can. So who am I? I'm Franklin Brown. I'm a real estate investor. I bought my first one at 22. I've been rich when I was younger. I had a family. I lost it all, but now I'm back again. Rich again. Now, your definition of rich may be different than mine. Mine is freedom. I haven't worked a job since I was 35 years old, you know, and it wouldn't have been, I would have stopped a long time sooner if I knew about creative financing. We'll talk about that. I'm not going to take too much of you guys' time between this 12 o'clock hour, 12 o'clock to 1 at the most, because you guys are probably, besides today, because it's Veterans Day, but you're probably normally at work between 12 and 1. So if I can catch you on your lunch break and give you some gems, I'm going to do that. Thank you for joining. Sorry, my phone is sideways. Thank you for joining the live. I am going to show you guys and tell you guys what I have done and how you can follow the blueprint and get rich yourself. We're giving away free rent for a year, you know, a value of $17,000. So who this is for? It's for the hustlers. Who am I? I'm a hustler. I'm going to give it to you nonstop. We'll talk about that. What is this about? It's about how to get rich. It's how, if you don't have the overhead of a mortgage or rent, what can you do with that money? What opportunity does that provide you if you're not paying rent? You know, it's ridiculous. You know, if you have an extra $1,200 a month, what can you do with that money? I'm going to show you what I think you should do, you know, what I would do and what I have done. Sorry, my lips are ashy. Wow. This is day one, guys. Work with me. What is this about? How to get rich. When? We're going to base it on 1 year. Because if you win this giveaway, you'll be living rent-free for a year. If you're currently paying rent now, that's money that you will not have to shell out. You can put it right back in your pocket. And some of you guys may know that, well, if you don't have to go work a job in order to pay rent, well, now you can work on your hustle. Now you can start your own business because you don't need the $1,200 or the $1,400 a month to come in to pay for your rent and your utilities. So that's what we're going to talk about. Today, we're going to focus on, at that year, what you could do with that $17,400. You know, now we can talk about what's coming in on a monthly basis, what you can do with that. And we will talk about those things. You know, if you have an extra $1,200 a month, what do you do with that first $1,200? We will talk about those things. Today is day one, guys. So 1 year, you can call it getting rich. You can call it financial freedom. You can call it whatever you want. But I know that just on what we're going to talk about today can change your life because it changed mine. Okay. Where? The 4 days on the market. If you guys go back and watch the live I did, I gave you guys the numbers on what I bought it for and the reason of why I sold it. And I'll do another video on the breakdown of the numbers, what I paid for it, what I've done to it, how long I've had it, how I cash flowed it. Yes, I've had that property over 7 years and I've been renting out those units for 7 years. And now that I'm selling it. Why am I selling it? For this business model here. Let's talk about this $17,400 because the person that's buying the property, the 4-unit property that I put online, the person that's buying it, I heard they're moving into it. They're doing the smartest thing you can do. Exactly what I was going to tell you guys to do today. Guess what? On the price that they're putting down, they're putting 5% down. You know, what does that mean for you? What is $17,400 5% of? After a year, you'll have $17,400 in your bank account. Theoretically, you should. You know, if you were paying rent, but now instead of paying rent, you put it into an account, you have $17,400. Getting a 5% loan, going to the bank and getting a 5% down payment, that's up $348,000. You can buy a property with $17,400 down. You can buy a $348,000 property. Guys, I'm selling this quad for, it's $535 now. Originally $510, but it's $535. I have a duplex around the corner that I'm selling for $285,000. I'm not trying to sell you my duplex right now because you're not in there. Now, for those people that already have a down payment, you can pick up my duplex for less than $17,000. Let's see what the math is on that. Let's see what the math is if you're doing a 5% down. My first property, FHA, I put 3.5% down. I bought a 3-unit triplex in Lilburn. I think it was like $132,000. I put about $7,000 down. You know, something like that. I think that may have been total closing. But that 3-unit changed my life. Why? Because I was able to move from a house that I was renting for $2,800. I went from paying $2,800 a month to paying nothing, to actually receiving money from the other 2 tenants. I live free. That's how I'm able to buy this property that I'm giving you. The property I'm giving you is because I moved into a 3-unit and it basically cut my overhead. I went from shelling out every money to stacking money. That's what you can do if you win this giveaway. Now, you can save, you can do these other things, but for this example, one of the reasons I'm doing the Live Free Give Hope is so that you can have this and you can pay it forward. Like I just said, I have a duplex for sale right around the corner from the property that I put on the market 4 days. Went under contract. If I would have signed on Saturday, it would have been on the market 1 day. I knew it was a good price. I'm throwing alley-oops up there. Some people may be trying to take everything. Not me. I throw the alley-oops up there. You know, let's go back to the numbers of 285. So I'm selling a duplex right around the corner. It's in East Point. It's currently rented out, both sides. The tenants are paying $900 on each side. Now, that rent is low. I haven't raised their rent in years. You know, that's one of the bad things about being a softie in the real estate game. You know, that's one of the bad things. You see these people, they're down and out, and you don't want to just take everything. And you know you don't need everything, but there's always a lifespan. There's always a time where things change. And right now, those things are going to change. Sorry, this calculator. Let me pull out my other thing. Pull out this. Okay, so 285 times 5%, $14,250. So you can buy my duplex, and if there's other duplexes on the market, but the one that I'm selling in East Point, you can live in one side and rent the other side out. It costs you $14,000.